Most people believe that conflict is won with volume. They think the person who shouts the loudest or hits the hardest is the victor. They are wrong. Real war is won before the first word is ever spoken. It's won in the mind of your opponent. Today, I am going to show you how to dismantle anyone's ego, break their resolve, and win the battle without ever throwing a punch. Welcome to the invisible battleground. In the world we live in, we don't seek conflict, but we are absolute masters of it. The goal isn't to destroy, it's to dominate the frame. When you control the psychological environment, your opponent has exactly two choices: submit or self-destruct. This is the art of psychological warfare, and we are starting right now with Law 1. Law 1 is the mirror of confusion. Human beings are, fundamentally, pattern recognition machines. We feel safe and confident when we can predict what someone will do next. To defeat an opponent, you must immediately break their patterns. If they expect you to be angry, be calm. If they expect you to argue, agree with them, but agree in a way that makes them feel utterly foolish for even asking the question. When you become unpredictable, you force their brain to work overtime. You aren't just an opponent anymore. You are a complex puzzle they cannot solve. While they are busy scrambling to figure you out, you are already moving 3 steps ahead, setting up the trap. Think of the person who tries to bait you in a meeting. They desperately want your reaction. By giving them a blank stare and a calculated 5-second pause before speaking, you aren't just being quiet, you are draining their momentum. You become the impenetrable wall that all of their energy crashes against. Now let's talk about Law 2, the bait of vanity. Every man has a crack in his armor, and usually it's his vanity. To control someone, you must first find what they are most proud of, and then use that pride to lead them directly into a trap. If they want to feel smart, ask for their advice, profusely thank them for their brilliance, while secretly setting your own, entirely separate agenda. If they want to feel powerful, give them the illusion of control. Let them genuinely believe they are the ones making the big decisions while you are the one, quietly providing the only acceptable options. A man who thinks he is winning is a man who has completely stopped looking for the knife. You can even give your opponent a small, meaningless win. Let them gloat about their small victory. While they are completely distracted by their own ego, you take the territory that actually matters. This is the hallmark of a master engineer, someone who designs the outcome before the game even starts. This brings us to Law 3, the silent depletion. In any conflict, the person who cares the least holds the most power. When you stop reacting, you stop feeding the fire. Imagine an opponent trying their hardest to provoke you. If you respond with heat, you give them energy and confirm that their tactics work. If you respond instead with cold, absolute indifference, you starve them. They will immediately begin to over-explain. They will overcompensate, and eventually they will reveal their true, vulnerable hand. Silence isn't a lack of communication. It is a heavy, pressurized form of communication. It forces the other person to confront their own insecurities and their own overreach. The greatest victory is always that which requires no battle at all. When you master these 3 powerful laws, you don't have to fight for respect. It is simply given to you. You don't have to fight for power. It naturally flows toward the person with the strongest, most stable frame. This is the path of the sovereign. This is the way of Quadman. If you're ready to stop being a casualty and start being a commander of your own life, hit that subscribe button. The war has already begun, and you need to be ready. Thanks for watching.